Um, Interesting. I've been having an interesting couple days. Um, it's just it's been very interesting. My brother told me the other day, say you underneath attack. And I tell him, well, my God, it's fight the battle so strong for me that I don't even know what's going on in the background. And I'm worried about it. So, but it's been a challenging couple of days. That's all I could tell y'all. So this morning I want to read from the book of 2 Corinthians 8:12 through 14. It says, whatever you give is acceptable if you give it eagerly, and give according to what you have, not what you don't have. Of course, I don't mean your giving should make life easy for others and hard for yourselves. I only mean that there should be some equality. Right now, you have plenty and can help those who are in need. Later, they will have plenty and can share with you when you need it. In this way, things will be equal. And today, I'm just grateful for life and health and strength and, grateful for opportunity and grateful for, just every single thing that God has blessed me with. My wife, my children, life, health, strength. It's just so many things to be grateful for. And this particular part of the scripture, you know, it's funny that I even saved that, but it was a pretty good point, especially for this season, because almost every year is something that I end up talking about, about this particular season and why we celebrate Christmas and the roots and the origins and what it is as Christians we have to remember and not get caught up in, you know, because this season, and I've been hearing it so much over the past couple of days, because everyone who comes to me, I get these requests daily, all day, every day, from morning till night. People trying to draw for me, and people having these huge expectations of me, and they wanting from me, and and everyone is like this same sort of cry. Oh, it's my birthday, or Christmas coming, or you know, but like nobody seems to stop and think about like the reason for it. You know what I mean? We celebrating the birth of Christ. We're not celebrating the birth of capitalism, and we're not celebrating the birth of materialism, and we're not celebrating, you know, the fact that you have a bonus coming to you or whatever it is, so that you could get gifts for your kids. I understand that it has become very much commercialized. I understand that it has become materialistic, but that doesn't mean for us as Christians that that's how we must run our household. You know what I mean? Like we have to understand, like it says in the scripture, you know, that whatever you give is acceptable once you give it eagerly. You know what I mean? That means that once you give it from a good heart, whatever it is. And this goes for the gifts that people give to us as well too. Like things may not be what we want, or whatever it is, we accept it eagerly. We happy that it was given to us, because you know what? At the core of things, just imagine this. Just imagine, just think about this one critical thing about all of this. Imagine if someone buy you a gift, even if it was the gift that you wanted, and God don't wake you up that morning. What happens to that gift then? Who does it go to then? Do they place it on your grave? Do you carry it with you? Does it serve any purpose? It doesn't. It doesn't. So is it relative to your life? Does it mean anything? The more and more I think about these things, I start to think about the book of Ecclesiastes, and when he used the terminology, well, in the original text, is hevel, right? Which means it's like smoke, and King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, he was like, everything is like hevel. It's like smoke, like you can't touch it, you can't hold it, like it's just it's nothing, it's meaningless. And in the translations, that's the word that he uses, meaningless. But in the original in the original Hebrew text, sorry, it was like smoke, like you can't hold it, like but it's meaningless, you know. And I think that the things that do have meaning is what we feel for each other in this season. The act of giving, the 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 whole purpose of it, being able to share something with somebody, being grateful enough to be alive, that somebody could give you something, that somebody could present you with a gift, you know so in this season, I just want us to be reminded of that. Don't Basically what I saying is like what the scripture was saying, don't overstress yourself. you know the gift of life, when the people that we love, once God bless them with the gift of life, that's the greatest thing that he could ever do for us. And we have another day alive to give him glory, the honor, and the praise. Don't overstretch ourselves in the season. Don't break ourselves. Don't break the bank trying to please people and forget that we have to please God and celebrate his son on his birthday. Thank you everyone for the opportunity to speak. I can pass the mic back to my sister Precious.